The Obamas have always seemed like the picture-perfect family, but was it all just for show? After their divorce, one of their daughters has finally spoken out, and what she revealed changed everything. The truth was buried for years, but now it's out. What really happened behind closed doors? Few modern love stories have captured hearts quite like that of Barack and Michelle Obama. Their journey from colleagues to life partners is filled with ambition, charm, and a bond that has endured every challenge. From their first meeting at a law firm to their unforgettable wedding day, their story is one of mutual respect, shared values, and unwavering support. It all kicked off in the summer of 1989. Michelle Robinson, a determined young lawyer from Chicago's South Side, was working at the prestigious firm Sidley Austin. She had worked hard to get there, excelling at Princeton University and Harvard Law School. She was smart, confident, and deeply committed to making a difference in her community. That summer, a law student named Barack Obama joined the firm as a summer associate. Born in Hawaii and raised between Indonesia and the U.S., Barack had a unique background. He was already making waves at Harvard Law School as the first black president of the Harvard Law Review. When he arrived at Sidley Austin, Michelle was assigned to be his mentor, a role she took seriously. At first, she saw him strictly as a colleague. Even when Barack tried to ask her out, she wasn't having it. She wasn't interested in office romances and wanted to keep things professional. But Barack wasn't one to give up easily. His charm, intelligence, and quiet confidence intrigued her. He was passionate about making a difference, and as time went on, Michelle found herself drawn to his optimism and kindness. Their first official date was straight out of a rom-com. Barack took Michelle to the Art Institute of Chicago, then for a walk, followed by a stop at a Baskin-Robbins in Hyde Park. They shared a chocolate ice cream cone, and Michelle later recalled that he showed her so many sides of himself that day. He was funny, self-deprecating, and a great listener. That date was the start of something special. The more time they spent together, the more Michelle realized Barack was different. He had a unique way of seeing the world and an unshakable belief in the power of change. She admired his drive and big dreams, while Barack was blown away by Michelle's intelligence, strength, and confidence. As their relationship deepened, so did their commitment to each other. Barack's dreams of public service didn't scare Michelle off. Instead, she embraced them and stood by his side. After several years of dating, Barack decided it was time to take things to the next level. One evening, while out for dinner at their favorite Chicago restaurant, they found themselves debating marriage. Michelle, who often teased Barack about his hesitation to commit, passionately argued about why marriage mattered. Barack played along, acting like he wasn't convinced. Then, just as dessert arrived, he pulled out a ring and popped the question. Michelle was completely caught off guard. Overwhelmed with joy, she immediately said yes. On October 3, 1992, Barack and Michelle tied the knot in a beautiful Chicago ceremony, surrounded by family and friends. They exchanged vows at Trinity United Church of Christ, with Michelle's brother, Craig, walking her down the aisle. A close friend of Barack's officiated the wedding, and for their first dance, they swayed to Stevie Wonder's You and I. It was a day filled with love, laughter, and the promise of a future built on shared dreams. Their wedding wasn't just a celebration of their love, it was a symbol of their journey together and their dedication to lifting each other up no matter what the future held. Michelle later reflected that marriage to Barack wasn't just about romance, it was about shared values, teamwork, and a friendship that could withstand anything. From that moment on, they became an unstoppable team. Their love faced plenty of challenges, especially as Barack climbed the ranks in politics. But through it all, Michelle stood by his side, from his days as an Illinois state senator to his historic victory as the first black president of the United States in 2008. Despite the intense pressures of public life, their bond never wavered. Michelle once said, "Barack and I have lived the fullness of our relationship in the limelight, but at the end of the day, it's always been just the two of us." Their love story is proof that true partnership, mutual respect, and a deep commitment to each other can stand the test of time. Balancing love, careers, and life in the public eye was no easy task, but nothing challenged them more than parenthood. Let's take a closer look at the highs and lows of raising a family while the world watches their every move. Parenthood is tough for anyone, but for Barack and Michelle Obama, it came with its own set of heartbreaks. challenges, and triumphs. Long before they were the most famous couple in the world, they were just two people trying to start a family while juggling demanding careers. But their path to parenthood wasn't as smooth as many might assume, and Michelle has openly shared the emotional struggles she faced along the way. She first opened up about her journey to motherhood in her memoir, Becoming, and later in interviews, revealing a deeply personal and painful chapter of their lives. In her early 30s, Michelle suffered a miscarriage, a loss that left her feeling heartbroken and alone. She recalled how no one talked about miscarriages, making her believe she had somehow failed. "I felt like I failed because I didn't know how common miscarriages were. We don't talk about them," she shared. "We sit in our own pain, thinking that somehow we're broken." It was a devastating moment for both of them. Barack, always her rock, did his best to comfort her, but Michelle later admitted that nothing could fully erase the grief. It was through this painful experience that she realized just how unpredictable and fragile the journey to parenthood could be. Determined to build their family, Michelle and Barack turned to in vitro fertilization, IVF. She was honest about how grueling and emotionally taxing the process was. At the time, Barack's political career was taking off, and he was often away, leaving Michelle to handle much of the process on her own. "I had to do these IVF shots, and Barack was at the state legislature. He was supposed to be home at a certain time, and he wasn't," she recalled. "And I was mad, but their perseverance paid off." Michelle successfully conceived through IVF, and on July 4, 1998, they welcomed their first daughter, Malia Ann Obama. 3 years later, on June 10, 2001, their second daughter, Natasha, known to the world as Sasha, was born. Becoming parents was a joyful, life-changing experience for both Barack and Michelle, but it also introduced new struggles. Michelle, in particular, had to find a way to balance motherhood with her career. Eventually, she made the difficult choice to step back from work to focus on raising Malia and Sasha, while Barack's political career skyrocketed. The early years of motherhood were demanding, especially with Barack frequently away due to his job. Michelle has spoken openly about how lonely and frustrating it sometimes felt. "Parenting takes a lot of work, and we had to learn how to share responsibilities," she once said. "There were days when I felt completely drained, but no matter how tough it got, they remained committed to raising their daughters with strong values." Even as Barack's career took him from the Illinois Senate to the U.S. Senate and eventually the presidency, they worked hard to create a sense of normalcy at home. When Barack Obama was elected as the 44th President of the United States in 2008, Malia and Sasha were just 10 and 7 years old. Overnight, their lives changed in ways most kids could never imagine. Moving into the White House meant living under constant public scrutiny, where every moment, from their first day at a new school to what they wore, was dissected by the press. But through it all, Barack and Michelle made sure their daughters stayed grounded, proving that no matter how big the spotlight, family always comes first. Michelle was determined to give her daughters as normal a childhood as possible, despite growing up in the White House. She set strict rules about media exposure, bedtime routines, and even chores. They had to make their beds, they had to do their homework, she once said. "We didn't let them get away with anything just because they lived in the White House." Even with their privileged upbringing, Michelle and Barack worked hard to keep Malia and Sasha grounded. They encouraged them to take part in volunteer work and stay connected to life outside the political bubble. When the Obamas left the White House in 2017, Malia and Sasha were no longer little girls but young women ready to carve out their own futures. Malia went on to study at Harvard University, where she explored her passion for film and writing. She later worked in the entertainment industry, interning for major production companies and even working on a project with Donald Glover. Sasha, the younger of the two, first attended the University of Michigan before transferring to the University of Southern California. She's remained more private than her sister, but has been seen enjoying college life and spending time with friends in Los Angeles. Michelle and Barack have never hidden how proud they are of their daughters. Michelle has often spoken about how they've grown into intelligent, independent young women. "Barack and I always say that our greatest accomplishment is raising these two girls," she once said. "They are strong, kind, and confident, and that's all we ever wanted." For years, the Obamas have been admired for their strong, seemingly unshakable bond as a family. But this time, the spotlight on them feels different. More intense, more serious, and with potential consequences that could change everything. The Obamas have always been seen as a power couple, from their White House days to their current roles in public life. But lately, whispers of trouble in their marriage have been getting louder. Rumors of an impending divorce have set social media on fire, fueled by a Yahoo article that quickly went viral. As the public reacts with disbelief and concern, the Obama family now finds itself under a different kind of scrutiny, one that could have lasting effects. The buzz started when Yahoo published an article suggesting that Barack and Michelle were facing serious marital issues. While the article didn't confirm any divorce filings, it hinted at growing tension between the couple, citing unnamed sources. It speculated that life after the presidency had created unexpected challenges in their relationship. Barack has remained deeply involved in political advocacy, while Michelle has been focused on personal projects, including book tours and her podcast. The article suggested that their packed schedules had caused emotional distance, with some even claiming they had been living separate lives for a while. Once the story gained traction, media outlets and social media influencers ran with it. Suddenly, the internet was flooded with discussions, debates, and theories about the state of their marriage. Platforms like Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok were filled with reactions from both supporters and skeptics. Some fans flat out refused to believe the rumors. "No way! Barack and Michelle are relationship goals. I won't believe this unless they confirm it themselves," one Twitter user wrote. Another person commented, "If the Obamas can't make it, what hope is there for the rest of us?" But not everyone was surprised. Some pointed out that Michelle had been open about the struggles in their marriage before. In her memoir Becoming, she discussed the challenges they faced, Barack's demanding political career, the stress of raising children, and even the couple's therapy they sought to navigate their differences. While the rumors swirl, one thing is certain: the world is watching closely to see what happens next. Michelle already made it clear: marriage isn't easy. If the Obamas are facing struggles, that's completely normal. But people love to turn everything into drama. "Let them live their lives," one Instagram user wrote in frustration. Relationship experts and political analysts quickly weighed in on the rumors. Some pointed out that powerful couples often experience strain, especially after stepping away from high-profile roles like the presidency. Without the structured routine of the White House and the constant support of staff, adjusting to a new dynamic can be tough. Others argued that these rumors were nothing more than sensationalized gossip, possibly fueled by media outlets trying to stir controversy. Given the Obamas' global influence, some even speculated that the rumors might have a political motive. This wouldn't be the first time a high-profile couple was targeted with baseless divorce speculation, one analyst remarked. Regardless of whether there's any truth to the claims, the impact on the Obamas' public image is undeniable. They have built a brand centered around resilience, love, and partnership. If they were to separate, it wouldn't just shock their supporters. It would completely reshape how people perceive their legacy. Now, all eyes are on them. Will they address the rumors directly, or will they simply let time prove the truth? Only time will tell. But now, let's dive into the most unexpected twist of all: the shocking claim about Barack Obama that few saw coming. Celebrity gossip spreads like wildfire, and the latest rumor shaking up social media is an alleged affair between Barack Obama and actress Jennifer Aniston. It sounds unbelievable, but that hasn't stopped people from running with the speculation. The rumors first surfaced in August 2024 when In Touch Weekly published a cover story hinting at a secret connection between the two. The claim wasn't backed by any concrete evidence, but originated from speculative discussions on the celebrity gossip podcast Who? Weekly. As the rumor gained traction, social media users latched onto it, spinning wild theories and drawing connections that didn't actually exist. Some tabloids even twisted old, unrelated events to support the claim. For example, people pointed out that Jennifer Aniston had previously spoken about her admiration for Barack Obama's presidency, turning that into a suggestion of a deeper personal relationship. Meanwhile, the fact that the Obamas weren't appearing together at every public event was used as evidence of marital trouble. The narrative took on a life of its own, with some claiming that Barack's alleged affair was the reason behind his rumored divorce from Michelle. Jennifer Aniston eventually addressed the speculation head-on. In an October 2024 appearance on Jimmy Kimmel Live, she laughed off the claims, calling them absolutely untrue. She clarified that she had only met Barack Obama once, in a formal setting, and that she actually knew Michelle better than she knew him. Her representatives also issued statements denying any personal connection beyond her public admiration for his leadership. Despite her clear denial, some gossip outlets continued to push the story. Since Aniston wasn't overly aggressive in shutting down the rumors, conspiracy theorists twisted her response to suggest she was hiding something. However, the truth is that she had no obligation to keep addressing baseless claims. As for Barack Obama, he didn't directly comment on the rumors, but both he and Michelle subtly responded in their own way. They took to social media, posting pictures and messages that reinforced the strength of their marriage, essentially letting their actions speak louder than words. But the speculation didn't stop there. Right-wing media outlets, conspiracy theorists, and certain tabloid sites continued to push the idea that Michelle was secretly separating from Barack. The divorce rumors refused to die down, feeding an ongoing frenzy about the state of their marriage. Amid all the drama surrounding the Obamas, the media has also turned its attention to their daughters. Reports suggest that Malia and Sasha have moved out and are no longer living with their parents. But what really happened to make them leave home? As the children of one of the most famous couples in the world, Malia and Sasha Obama have spent their entire lives under intense public scrutiny. Malia and Sasha Obama have spent their entire lives under the public eye. But as they've stepped into adulthood, they've been determined to build identities beyond their parents' legacy. Their move to Los Angeles wasn't some dramatic escape. It was simply a natural next step in their personal and professional journeys. Malia, the eldest, graduated from Harvard in 2021 and has been making waves in Hollywood as a screenwriter. She worked on the Amazon Prime series Swarm, co-created by Donald Glover, proving her talent and dedication without leaning on her father's political reputation. Meanwhile, Sasha started at the University of Michigan before transferring to the University of Southern California, where she completed her studies. Now she's exploring her career options and enjoying the independence that comes with adulthood. The sisters even share an apartment in Los Angeles, which speaks to their close bond. After growing up in the White House under constant scrutiny, moving to LA together gives them the freedom to support each other while living life on their own terms. Michelle Obama has openly discussed her daughter's move, embracing it as a positive step rather than something to worry about. In an interview with Today, she reflected on how she and Barack are adjusting to the empty nest phase, calling it both exciting and bittersweet. She added, "As a parent, you want to see your children grow, become independent, and chase their dreams. That's exactly what Malia and Sasha are doing." She even shared a heartwarming story about visiting their daughters in LA. "We went to their place for dinner once, and it was the best feeling seeing them cook, take care of themselves, and live their lives. It's proof that we did something right as parents." Michelle made it clear that their daughter's move isn't a sign of family discord, but rather a source of pride. The Obamas remain a close-knit family, frequently keeping in touch and spending time together whenever possible. Despite this completely normal transition, the internet has been flooded with baseless speculation. Conspiracy theorists and tabloids have twisted the narrative, suggesting that Malia and Sasha's move is proof that they're distancing themselves from their parents. Some have even gone as far as to claim that Barack and Michelle are secretly separating, using their daughter's independence as so-called evidence. But the truth is much simpler. Malia and Sasha are just doing what millions of young adults do: moving out, exploring career paths, and building their own lives. This is a completely natural part of growing up, and it shouldn't be turned into a sensationalized conspiracy theory. Recently, a photo of Sasha Obama went viral, setting the internet on fire with speculation. In the image, she appears quiet, serious, and maybe even a little sad, enough for social media users and tabloids to jump to wild conclusions. Some immediately linked her expression to rumors of her parents' alleged divorce, spinning the idea that she was heartbroken over supposed family troubles. But the reality couldn't be further from these assumptions. The internet has a habit of overanalyzing celebrity photos, especially when it comes to high-profile figures like the Obamas. Ever since Malia and Sasha moved to Los Angeles, Rumors have swirled that their family is facing some kind of internal crisis. But there's absolutely no credible evidence to support these claims. Barack and Michelle have repeatedly emphasized the strength of their family bond, making public appearances together, celebrating milestones, and showing unwavering support for each other. What do you think about Sasha's expression in the photo that went viral? It is not some spectacular family scandal that is the true cause behind her gloomy appearance. Rather, it is something that is far more intimate and unfortunately tragic. The solemn expression that Sasha Obama wore in that photo that went viral had nothing to do with disagreements within the family. Rather, it was a reflection of a profoundly personal loss. The death of her grandmother, Marion Robinson, occurred not too long ago, and her passing has had a significant influence on the whole Obama family. Marion Robinson was more than simply a cherished grandmother. She was a constant presence during the entirety of Barack Obama's administration, and she played an essential part in making sure that Sasha and Malia were brought up properly. In order to better care for them and ensure that they grew up with love, wisdom, and stability, she even moved into the White House to assist with their care. Given how close they were to one another, it should come as no surprise that Sasha and Malia have been profoundly impacted by her passing. Michelle Obama has expressed her deepest condolences on the passing of her mother in a public statement. The words "rock of our family" and "a constant source of strength" were used to characterize Marion by the speaker. Michelle also brought attention to the fact that her mother would always prioritize her family, making certain that her granddaughters were brought up with strong values and love that was not conditional. It is a devastating experience for anyone to lose someone who played such a significant role in their lives, and it is probable that Sasha's somber and reflective expression in that viral image is a reflection of her loss. Grief can present itself in a variety of ways. Therefore, it is essential to respect Sasha's privacy and acknowledge the grief that she and her family are experiencing, rather than spreading stories that have no basis in reality. However, in spite of the fact that her statement was based on a clear truth, the internet has once again distorted the story, contributing to yet another wave of suspicion over the Obamas. There have been other instances in which the Obama family has been implicated in charges that are both odd and without foundation. They have been the subject of a great number of conspiracy theories during the course of their existence, some of which are so ridiculous that it is difficult to believe that anyone takes them seriously. One of the most absurd and persistent allegations is that Michelle Obama is actually a male. This is one of the most preposterous accusations. This myth has been spread by a number of different internet forums, all of which have as their primary objective the discrediting of the former First Lady, despite the fact that it has absolutely no factual basis. Throughout her life, Michelle has always handled situations of this nature with grace, refusing to allow them to upset her self-assurance or her commitment to her family and to public service. There have even been public personalities who have contributed to this odd conjecture. Alex Jones, a conspiracy theorist who adheres to the far right, has been one of the most vocal advocates of the allegation. He has gone to the extent of examining Michelle's physical characteristics in photographs and videos, and he has insisted that he has scientific proof that she is transgender. Jones even indicated that Barack Obama was aware of the alleged secret, and that the media was in the process of covering it up in one of his outbursts that were so out of control. He fueled the conspiracy with doctored photographs and comparisons that were misleading, despite the fact that there was an overwhelming amount of data that proved otherwise. In response to a question regarding the prospect of a gay president being elected in 2014, comedian Joan Rivers made a quip that stirred some controversy. Her response was delivered in a nonchalant manner. "We already have it with Obama." As you are aware, Michelle is a... Outrage was provoked by her remark, but it was universally disregarded as being both offensive and without foundation. However, statements such as these just serve to add fuel to the flames, thereby contributing to the further dissemination of falsehoods. These conspiracy theories are nothing more than attempts to distort reality and generate controversy where none exists. They are similar to the most recent rumors regarding a divorce. The Obamas have repeatedly demonstrated that their marriage, their family, and their legacy are all in good standing. Despite the fact that there are several wild rumors that attempt to contradict this assertion, people are trying to stir up controversy where none actually exists, and the most recent chatter surrounding Barack and Michelle Obama's alleged split is simply another example of this. As a matter of fact, their connection is as strong as it has ever been, with both of them constantly expressing their love and appreciation for one another in ways that are deeply felt. This is demonstrated by the fact that they continue to enjoy significant occasions together, which is a clear example. The President of the United States of America paid a heartfelt homage to Michelle Obama on Valentine's Day by posting a heartwarming photo of the two of them together on social media and wrote, "Happy Valentine's Day to the love of my life. Having you by my side is an experience every single day, and I wouldn't give it up for anything in the world." In response, Michelle posted her own message on social media, which included a picture of the two of them smiling together and the words, "Happy Valentine's Day, Barack. With you by your side, life is always more enjoyable. Here's to much more love, laughter, and exciting new experiences." These affectionate actions do not illustrate a couple that is on the verge of ending their relationship. Rather, they demonstrate a pair that continues to adore and encourage one another. A profound and affectionate connection exists between the Obamas and their kids, Malia and Sasha, in addition to the relationship that they share as husband and wife. On the occasion of Barack's birthday, both daughters made it a point to publicly commemorate their father by posting nostalgic family photographs and expressions of affection on various social media platforms. In addition, Michelle paid respect to her husband by posting a heartfelt message that read, "Happy birthday to my favorite guy in the world. I will always love you." Instances such as this demonstrate the warmth and unity that exists within the Obama family, which directly contradicts the claims that they are becoming more apart from one another. To anyone who follows the Obamas on social media, it is clear that they frequently share moments of happiness and unity with their followers. Their posts consistently express love, humor, and a strong connection, regardless of whether they are images from family trips, ordinary outings, or huge events. While Michelle routinely posts old images of her girls, accompanied by poignant birthday notes, Barack does the same thing, saying how proud he is of Malia and Sasha as they manage the transition into adulthood. No matter where life takes them, these public interactions create a clear picture of a family that continues to be close-knit regardless of the circumstances. The Obamas continue to be the subject of persistent rumors, despite the fact that there is abundant proof to the contrary. A significant number of these stories are fueled by individuals who either want to generate drama or cannot stand to watch a high-profile couple maintain a happy and successful relationship. Certain tabloids and conspiracy theorists are driven by sensationalism, which is the act of spreading storylines that have no basis in reality in order to attract attention. On the other hand, Barack and Michelle have never allowed rumors to upset their confidence. They are aware that their legacy, both as people and as a marriage, is built on a great deal more than rumors and assertions that are not supported by evidence. They continue to prioritize their business, their family, and the principles that they have always been committed to upholding. There is not a single shred of truth included within the notion that Barack and Michelle Obama are on the verge of getting a divorce. These claims are completely unsubstantiated, just like the weird and false conspiracy theories that have been circulating concerning Michelle's gender. The Obamas continue to demonstrate their love for the globe not only through their words, but also through the acts that they take. It is evident that they continue to be a strong and unified family, as evidenced by the poignant words they send to one another on Valentine's Day, birthday tributes, and their continued public support for other members of the family. In order to avoid falling for rumors that have no basis in reality, it is essential to concentrate on the real proof, which consists of the love, respect, and unity that the Obamas continue to exhibit. If there's one thing their years in the spotlight have proven, it's that they always stand strong together. No matter what the rumor mill churns out, the Obama family remains as solid as ever, despite endless speculation. Their public gestures of love and support contradict any claims of a split, but as always, the internet never stops buzzing. What do you think about these divorce rumors? Do you believe there's any truth to them? Or is this just another case of the internet running wild with baseless theories?